Right, abusuan be like video no share dia mo fufuro na ono so nya bi ahwe no ahu nsem a ekoso ewo yeman Ghana mu. Na ene the petition to remove OSP and afi EC chairperson ne two deputies no a follow flat. Ni nyina ne se Chief Justice Paul Bafo Boni say sa petition ni nyina no eni nyina so. Na ene nimdifo bi atranse etimi abiebie sa nsem a akoso within the week no so a enya asem ketwa na ohwe lawyer Samuel Atachia nimdifo bi say etimi de nanu ato sa nsem a ekoso emu a in fact secret a wayi de agu fom no enya asem ketwa kra enya ono nko na edi sa adwuma no in fact PNC chairperson so de nanu atomu bi akiremu se enei de mampanyi aye no eni kwanse yebo na baso so opese yebo na baso dia ene Madam Gertrude Torkonoo ano ye Chief Justice a wayi no onsanso reinstate no eno na be kire se o de kabima minka bi eye adwuma anya sa pa dia we de ye nheda emo na baso bia e wo honum a enya asem ketua lawyer ohene Amankwa Jan enso so de nano etu nsemu a Dr. Prince Amuzo eni wona ekeka ho matimi abiebie nsem so pa enya asem ketua na yenje bre enkotie discussion said ye sikoye abra na Kwame Frimpong Ziga ene wo mu etwetwe nkomo na omo biebie nsem so.
Electoral Commission edumaku a wo mo hwe abato so na se president biaba na paniapa se oba be yi Electoral Commission already no the for aba eno no emboa e democracy no we kaya the odin kan tama afarijan wo ho no or transcend several presidents and several elections but bibi betimi esi ama adwene aba se ebia nipa ne nye n'adwuma yie se de se embra kwan so na yeyi nipa no ewo ho and also ne kumu a but and also could e kire bebre na se de biada wa hu fault nipa bi no fault ni no ho na fault nipa na fault no nye papa bi na enye no kre na asema ye kan kra no ani mramu no na de aye adwuma de a se the democracy e hu so nti ye mu bi ye te se President Mahama although party no NDC de ye campaign kire se ombe yi wo mwedi na fe omo baye omo famra kwan so ahwehwe mu se there be any kwan se yi nwodi na se ni kwan mu ano nti ye bo President Mahama ba so se otimi ene mpanyifo ajeche se kunya ne sa se eni se mfata se isi ni deputies ni enu no ebe yi omodi sa de na omo nya ne sa so na se ni papa mu a.
Okay, so what people are also saying is ebiana ohwe charges here the EC boss no ebiana enoma bi ebo EC boss no because some of us we don't know the actual though we have shown you some infographics say some of the charges and Kofoka say that's the charges but ohwe the real charges no omanpanini career na ye sheda near papa but Kofo say be those charges even the one that you read it on Kofo fi say woman no ebi efe no say charges ni bi ho no ma ebo no nemo omanpanini person will justify the removal of Madam Yefen Theodora Torkonoo. So a person will justify Madam Torkonoo, former Chief Justice, the removal no. So in order for people to say so or fair, that is the reason why he's keeping Madam Jean Mensa. So what's your take on this?
Say adinyan say NDC ba banwi and say afi ba ko pena bay and then yakini say sensia ne be say be to abane dia and bit me is a conclusion say e bia adwini binti ana we keep isi ba ukoko bisa NDC fo a dodo na vitindra me down fo nyina omunye happy with this decision omutra omusro say mame no wo ho a election 2020 de bia na wanko ankudi ama wo na me bisa wo mo se ba se mame we ana wo ho ana NDC wini ye de mo aba ben nti sa justification no eno na wa hi nyi se suro hu kwa ana se wo adwini bi se unko ye adwuma ni yi nti enko duru 2028 no mo be hia se ono be wie mama mo ba munim sɛ ɔwɔ suban a ɔnwie aban mu a wɔnwie mu nti na mo mutumi baeɛ no ebia na wampene ewie mu ama mo nti na ma moturo sɛ ɔwɔ hɔ nti wobɛtumi look at so many other ramifications but me a me personal view I'm looking at it say maybe ebia na mpanyinfo bi ne yɛ mpanyinfo yɛ akasa sɛ wɔn mu nim na sɛ de bi ada obi aba no ɔbɛyi isi obi aba no ɔbɛyi electoral commission ne deputies yɛkɔ ne saa ɛmboa democracy nti ebi ɔmo tie futuo ɛna ama but ubisa politically no 10 petitions na ada ɔmbɛyi no sɛ de ɔmo fa kan ɔmo yi CJ no ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo yi isi ɔmo yi no hwee ni hɔ ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɔmo ntumi yi no it means sɛ ɔmo ankasa ana ama ɔmo akoma anaasɛ adwene foforɔ bi nti ɛna ɔmo ayɛ sɛ ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo yi isi no.
I see. So you still believe that something can happen and bet me the EC boss.
No, I should believe. And it's Sampanyampa EC boss Nankasa Kutwa na Mumbi na enye Ghana nyina afa. So Bianca said, "Yet me, you know, constitution or to an Mumbi na enembra ensa or from now to 2028, no. So where the Juma ye now ni be anymore. Obi anyu when I going to work with, but politically, so munya that indication no say ebia I was said almost no mu yinwa. Ombet me take it politically it is possible. You know politics is not logical. Say the obesin system the ACA BBC na ko si na ko the politics the government no na de bi endi mu an interest na obepe kwan bi so decision mu yi CJ no a ombetimi yi no and the anopane.
So you were telling us that you have NDC friends on what did you common they were not happy for decision na abano now also say my minute there's no way that they can win election 2028. Now tell us what do you think say Mago Jenny say my minute why NDC can't win election 2028? What make you think that?
No nye me madwene mindamfo na me no mudi nkom na kira mo kira NDC NDC platforms na de no wo mo nji mamini ndi efise o mo fo se de no wo ho no nana arudanko akofado MPP aban eba be yi sa nipa no ana mo de we bae nti hwe de wa kinkama ye se adwene bi wo saa se bia na we no obey drum MPP4 ba na me mekire wo mu se sa na tie ba ne se na otimi hwe ma wo mu wini ma mo ba ya ba mu
okay
nti se nipa no ye MPP ni kura na se otimi ahwa ma no kura eduma na mo ba ba mu a adenji na wusuru se ote hɔ a mutimi implement nipa if you have done a good job ana mo adwene bi se mo ba adwuma papa bi ayo eti no entry 2028 no mo to be dedi ama Ghana for best yes samo nti mu hi obi ono be boa mu ana but in a political promise no before the elections MDC impany for kan ya most of them are on record to have said say wo mu be yi maame no ne deputies need nti say ambemu a na say food soldiers no enyo mo nije ha na je say adenti na ambemu omo ko so kan I say ofo bi kra already omo dimba ye say nka ba say de omo tum no I said, you know, there was a lot of complaints the days ago, normally we discussed them. So I think for this particular one, we should give credit to the president. Say, Obi Netunufo, and wait here, and the Obama Ghana and democracy no be peja. Amanya Ghana, Ghana democracy because Senka or course I line no more person Konwa, Ghana ni na begwase. Me can see so to say. Said the AC no Ebema Chief Justice Torkonoo case no at the ECOWAS and the international level no I am strong because the very pettiness of issues of Morezi here ain't me CJ any special prosecutor no Sabisa administrative one and we know the CJ no. And I don't think she can be installed. My own understanding is that at least maybe on compensating. But at least the fact to be established that Yenja is hard and buying for Biaba or so baby be a Chief Justice and electoral commission. ana sanko fune.
Thank you very much. Dr. Prince Soreke Ambuzu is a former DC Akache North and political social commentator, lawyer Ohinijan, Amankwa Ohinijan, Ewa Homara. So now, lawyer, so we read the Afro Barometer report by 2023-2024. Actually, say just 22% of Ghanaians and what trust and the judiciary. Now, a bisu okay. Report now say perceived injustice we see 58% say onya asem na o de kokota injustice a woman che say ade no ye dane no and about 58% and the nipa omo fi say corruption ye judiciary no corruption men wo is about 61% but 22% per and omo gidie ewo ye judiciary now ade we ya abaya man panyin na nkofo fi say Madam Jean Mensa on the floor since that was championed by the NDC, the ruling government, party chairman, Johnson Asio Ketiano. Next, we need to me about the current Chief Justice and the President as on the routine. We need to me and confess and the GDA or judiciary one.
Mamincha we Namincha. Ghana Jilson so Wajibra or share a program, now tie program. Namincha Biko panel members, I know a discussion away. Madre say Sabri a premature. Say Ubia draw conclusion say the fact say Chief Justice Paul Bafo Bonnie. What can say at this petition now ye de breno efa the electoral commission and the deputies, the electoral commissioner and then the two deputies and the special prosecutor. When Chimian establish any prima facie case against them, the petition no in here say ebe move to the next stage where you form a committee to conduct investigation nunti. Then it means say as some chairman of the NDC I say Dunketia and the leading members of the NDC I can say was to say James or the electoral commissioner and then the two deputies no any fit for purpose no it means say forever no your close are done for me. Don't be surprised, say next week, and I said the following week. Ubeti, and I said who say encophobia sign every package, and I say what package another petition. Eddie Equacoma president say Yefan Coma Chief Justice for determination of whether or not there's a prima facie case. So for me, the ICA no, Yem fan say. And no, you bet me a kawasem and ne. But ma ye nada one I drink ye and say, I see Nedintino say, a free day I could see say President His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the term no ebebana we no. Electoral Commissioner AJ Mensa, and then the two deputies, and then the special prosecutor, or my position no is now solid. Because say Chief Justice Akase petitions are in Sakai no osusu say prima facie case be any. I think say a premature. But the other CA EDA it was you discuss in the context and in the surrounding circumstances of the petitions. It is a be twaso EDA free one. The Chief Justice, Justice Paul Bafo Bonnie, they are YSCA, so we shall say their threshold are constitutional at their mind for the removal of a superior court of justice. Now, don't forget, my main so that we get it clear. Now, in the 1992 Constitution, Article 146, to be precise, and dealing with removal of the Chief Justice and Justices of the Superior Court.
Yeah.
Now, the only reason Amasa constitutional article abe relevant electoral commission and the deputies removal no because of the conditions of their office. Because conditions of their office no and a tie or conditions in respect of the electoral commissioner no or akin to the position of a court of appeal justice.
Yeah.
And deputies also no position no equivalent to that of a high court justice and a judge. So it is on that basis and now removal and discusses here discussed in the context of Article 146. Other than that, Article 146 mention electoral commissioner and mention the deputies of the electoral commissioner in terms of removal of those office holders from office. And to clarify and no now about Article 146 threshold you are talking about a stated misbehavior, incompetence, and then inability to perform or hold office, and also so 2 grounds. Say infirmity of body or mind. These 3 conditions, and the only basis our constitution no I can say ubetimi agina so a would be a superior court justice every office.
Yeah. Now
Ziga, don't forget say the independence of the judiciary no guaranteed under chapter 11 of the constitution. And to be precise, article 127 of the constitution no solidify the independence of the judiciary. And think a judge be Jumadia obedi as a superior court justice. And the Kokudra was on the Jumarina constitution no a guarantee wabok mobile. Until Wama said the only basis I bet to be a superior court justice a free ho ASR 3 grounds away. Incompetence, stated misbehavior, and then inability to function or perform the office. Yes, because of infirmity of mind or body. The Honda, Sa Constitution, no, at the 146, cancer say, Obi Susu say, Sa, there might be saying Mubako, and I be no, and I say, me and Sanu Nina, a idea, a bo Obio Crasa office now. Then I was all packaging a petition. Now the comma His Excellency the President. Now President Saka now wabo actually at the comma Chief Justice. And then Chief Justice will then have to determine whether say petition now President Saka or their brain no substance be a woman and then a prima facie determination no. And that is where it could do ya Chief Justice Bafubon say was share petitions na by any them. Then I didn't say, it be anywhere a measure up to the constitutional threshold. I set it out under Article 146 of the Constitution, for which reason there's no need to proceed further in respect of the electoral commissioner and the 2 deputies. You know. So that is so far, no. About the tougher in respect of the electoral commissioner is not there yet. Now, about office of the special prosecutor, the special prosecutor himself, and also no, the position no akin to that of a court of appeal justice, but the OSP no is regulated by an act.
Yeah.
It's the OSP Act and also setting out the basis and answer conditions. You bet me a first one. You be a special prosecutor every office. Now, the conditions now you setting go beyond 3 now. Article 146 are set out for the electoral commissioner and the deputies of the electoral commissioner. And the honor more expand the scope no kakra to include other matters. The meaning of a person.
All right, but lawyer Yan Shadi, I was asking Dr. Sodeki Amuzi a question now. You also take your bite on the same question. How Madame Torkonoo was removed? People think is politically motivated, just like people's SRJ said, Madame Charlotte said the same thing in 2018. Now, Nkofofi say, Madame Jean Mensa is being exonerated just to justify Madame Torkonoo's removal. It's a man Kofwaka say, any of my penny Chief Justice here fair. If we say, see Torkonoo, who ye bono, and Tansa Bonutina, ye nedi. Oh, say we say the a buyer with deep no, a bino, and I say President and the Chief Justice no. Amana Akwayo. What's your take on this? Could that be possible?
Well, maybe possible. Said the Medican is the removal of Justice Araba Torkonoo from the position as a Chief Justice. I don't know, the Chief Justice no the position no a whole or a leader of a whole arm of government. Who's a constitutional architecture no. Your separation of powers, and the president and the head and as a leader of the executive arm, the Speaker of Parliament and the head or the leader of the legislature, and the Chief Justice the head or the leader of the third arm, which is the judiciary. And you know, Ziga, globally, I mean, we are self-financing. A basa ye impeach Chief Justice, and as ye Chief Justice at the free office say on to me Koso and yet the head of the entire arm of government that the judiciary. My dream say it was a bar you're raising it very high. Was he raising it very high because so one shade the year who's you're setting out criteria to impeach president. They are setting out criteria they impeach a Speaker of Parliament. And they are setting out criteria they impeach the Chief Justice free office. For me, the threshold you setting out Article 146, ABR, 1 hour minimum, no, now was to say the role of the Council of State, being an independent body. Mobile to me function, will be to me detecting more money, Bema yet to me a ball. ASR position home by back from their actual Chief Justice are not always swayed. My name is say, moving forward, I was here Article 146 in the year because I know the sir, Ziga, trust you me. Say MPP ba abemu ochina. Na MPP pese oyi Chief Justice or Chabam or Akonya so ye Chief Justice free wa. And one is obey engineer the Council of State. Because don't forget, say, they see what Ashanti region, when they are representing Ashanti region, our Council of State, Una, Nanan Council Board, and a former chairman of NDC, Yaubimpe, or called first rounder. Nan Council Board will lead the Basabasa, Ayeko second round. So, nearby, and they say, na Asama, na. There will be pecking and say, a better than a woman walk or two about Seukoyi, Obi Oye known NPP sympathizer. Our 2 NPP 4 Nadan Cancer Board. So not then go to President Mahama 4. So they will TV or him. And based on what he said, he want to represent Ashanti region at the Council of State. And I will share all the regional representatives now. You realize alignment, echo a certain direction. This is not to say biomo and your juma as said I expect you, but it's only to establish the fact that politics play a dominant role. Okay. Now the advice our Council of State for Edema. So that being the case, embassy say determine prima facie case in respect of the Chief Justice now. Yeah, now a possible say you can have it is the and then o set a committee na ye set here ye nkase bi o modwuma o moye na so any but me no ye nya opportunity was an in camera thing ye nya opportunity say ye be follow proceedings and at the crontia ye gina so a specifically ye di ma me free obisi na minim say wo nya bi akan the reasoning of the pan on air trans no and now they are in the public so how do you go into it to say oh wait there based on ABCDE and raise bar to say the mind that is the conundrum I tell you that's why I'm saying say we now ban me want to me fan compare the true chief justice because position not any the same.
Okay.
Chief justice position you cannot in any way relate it to the position of the electoral commissioner or the position of a special prosecutor. It means yes, chief justice so I me no ye privy to the content of the petitions but chief justice so I them ususu say there is no substance therefore basis for prima facie determination for which reason and we be set up committee to prove further. That is where it ends. Yebo chief justice nabaso say when you could do to sana mono. Na me nua ba kono kasa o ka say yebo president so abaso say or minim the role a president play e was side because the constitutional way dey clear say president saka ombo echiri former chief justice. A chief justice na also prerogative say obey determine whether or not there is a prima facie case in respect of the petition. So determine say Bibia Seranima or refer or throw back to the president. The president only communicates the outcome to us.
Okay.
So right. Thanking the president in this regard, I don't mean where it comes from, but Yembo Chief Justice Abaso, at least in respect of this one, Wakase Osusu say prima facie case biano has not been established. But embre day nim no so say the America is up abonate to say yem package another petition enfanko na ebia eno de ebe na yes prima facie case bi o ma e wo say ye mugu for
yes,
for now
you are right you are right my producer told me this morning that a certain member of parliament told him that they are preparing for another petition. So, per what you are saying, I think say me no be yard bia ye ko yadum na sa na betimi. So, hold on for me. Now me engage we have Dr. Peter Takpe is with us and of course Dr. James Bomfe, Kwabena Bomfe aka Kabila is also with us. Let me go to Dr. Takpe. So, Doc yenina ye vuru be die essay and conforce your mob on my penabaso and conforce say we don't have to do that, but we rather to eulogize your friend said the Chief Justice said ebia why in the Dumaye. Over the years, Obianuorma sometimes omota escape sa petitions we say Charlotte say did not escape it and Madam Torkonoo so antimia escape, but Madam Jinmensa for first round year yahu in fact, they have put everything in its position. She's been exonerated on the two deputies. Tell us, what does it mean for us as far as our judicial system is concerned?
Thank you very much, and my greetings to Council Ohinijan and other panelists also. In fact, I would say victory for rule of law, and also judicial independence. Because Obien himself, as for petition BTC say there, once the political party involved, especially the political party with
Doc, sorry, save that, please. Can you shift a little bit? Or shift ma or left kakra mami. Now, well, I shifted kakra. So,
is it okay? Is it okay?
Okay, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying that for this is a victory for judicial independence and then also the rule of law, because this is a situation where you have the political party, which is currently the party in government, senior officials talking about the, need to remove the EC and his deputies. And for the Chief Justice to give such a report for the president to agree brings back confidence into the system that indeed there can be a real separation between a political party and then the government machinery or the government in power. And this is a classic example. We all know that in the past, the institution of Electoral Commission has been highly politicized, especially with what happened to Charlotte Osei, because it's the same thing that happened to Charlotte Osei. It's the same thing that is happening now, because senior officials of the previous government also spoke against her, and when they came to power, they removed her. Of course, the reasons may vary, but these were signals. So this alone shows there's a rule of law. Confidence has come back to the judiciary at another level. Not that there's no confidence, but if it is going down, it has been uplifted because of this, for people to know that indeed the separation between political party and then government in power is clear. So this is good for our democracy.
I see. So you also don't buy that idea as a gimmick. So definitely there will be another petition be by because say okay, as for this one there, a bomber I mean on say we say need there first one buy na am bono and I say yanya bibia fanti and Omanpanyi did not allow it and the Chief Justice did not allow it. But do you believe say be a petition for betimi aba that one would definitely catch the woman?
Well, so it depends on what is coming new. The thing is about the evidence. Evidence is the game. And so for the word prima facie, case, the word prima facie, I think that the lawyers understands it very well. And so if you are bringing in the petition against somebody and there's a prima facie evidence, why not? This should tell us that's what the Chief Justice is looking out for. He said what you have brought, he hasn't found the basis for which the people must be removed. And so if somebody thinks that there's another case they want to bring, of course they should bring it. The same Chief Justice will look at it and then will give a report on it. However, that does not prevent those who want to do it not to go ahead and do it. So because they want to achieve a certain aim. And so as far as they continue to bring the petition, the Chief Justice also continue to look at it. These are some of the things that are very good for our democracy, and I'm very happy with the response from the president, despite the fact that his chairman made comment in the past that, they have to go. This shows that the president is really working to leave a legacy that we must all abide by. And I think that I applaud the president highly for this. This is if there's any aspect of the reset that we have to applaud, this is one of them. That this is very good for us, both domestically and internationally, because people are looking at us to say that no, there's something good that is happening in Ghana. So this is very good.
But yes, that's fine. But the party chairman Ura Johnson said the statement to be making during the electionary campaign 2024. Now tell us the Ura said said so definitely they remove the EC boss no. Among we say na aduma na kwakoye den the ama maybe the president and the Chief Justice and na aduma no betimi aye den the amom because and she na so mu ko remove na akoye say suspicion automatically fall on them that the ruling party, the National Democratic Congress, wanted the woman out.
Oh yeah, in fact, in the political circles, yes, that is what everybody will say. But I think that this also set a tone for how our politics should be going forward. That once the political party is voted into office, let the leaders of the political party do what they want to do. And let the president also rule the nation as the father of the nation. You recall that recently the political parties themselves are talking about you holding political office and remain in that space, and you also holding a party office remain in that phase. I think these are some of the things that will bring out that kind of independence. Even though it's the party that brings the president into power, I think that what has happened is to actually tell us that our democracy is growing and maturing. And so we should not look at it from the perspective of, either issue between the political party and the government power, but rather a new level of politics that we all want to embrace. Because these are some of the things we have been talking about, that let us separate political party governance from national governance. And so if we are seeing something like this, this is on that course, and we should embrace it highly. And so I don't expect the party as an NDC to be angry at the president. They should allow the president to rule as it's supposed to be, because this is what we have been calling for. These are the changes they all campaign about. And so if you have said something in the past that you want to, and then you make the statement and the president says that no, based on evidence, this is not the situation, and so I cannot act on that, I think it's a good cause. We should applaud the party and the government for that, for such a thing. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Jansumame. Now, Mamare Kaise, Dr. James Bonfe is a researcher and also political analyst and a lecturer. I join here. So, Doc, baby, I baby, the first time that we, okay, I'm told that James Bonfe is gone. So, I mean, call Dr. Soreko. We are announcing, say, in the shortest time, we'll be joined by Professor Ajimedia, is a former executive director at the GA Kofo Foundation. Will join us, and a co-founder of CDD will also join us. So, let me go to Dr. Soreko. So, Doc, Utie a year, lawyer Ohinijan. In fact, he gave us a rundown of how the Article 46, what activity I said is here a Dumafa. In fact, Mayetia says already 146, sorry, Article 146 clause 3, how you remove the Chief Justice. I refer the same thing, at the special prosecutor and the EC boss. Now, Utie a lawyer Hunijaya, Wakabibiafa say inability to perform expansion. Sebia, Nadrimukana, Nasebia, or Yare, and Nasebia, Lipano, or incompetent, and Nase, Ebia, were bringing the institution into disrepute, and Nase, on and on and on. Now, Yan Shadio, say, ye the petition court, Nasebia, financial malpractice, view or normal adada, with exception of Ebia incompetence. Ibi ada in ye de kwa ye de yentimi hunu, because we are not in the ye fere say EC office and ye timi de adanse unless nipa no de ade ne kono and the petition no e kono de evidence back out ye de yentimi hunu. But the yesu betimi de adanse the competence no over the years that the woman took over as a head of EC boss no, you are organizing by elections, you are organizing general elections, on and on and on, you are registrations near there. You what follow Ghana politics, what follow this woman from the days of the Naipia Moabuate Muna EBBC, sorry, Eldreduma Palmo, EBBC, Madame Weseso. Is the woman competent for you? Why Casaution of Duma, who rating of Duma say?
Well, Minister, the Electoral Commission, ayenya from beginning, basically, no money show great competence. Now, the also say no na dwuma so ani na dwuma nso ani e ba ne sen na opposition to me certain government. That is the biggest evidence we will hear so big back of document paper in terms of the company why na dwuma where they will ask crash so money dwuma internal party politics na that they even how they have performed by elections constituency level when performance no. But logical and if you like intellectual conversation. Politics is illogical. It is you. And no mammy make us say, former era Dramani Mahama, no more to no for yes, sir, come for quite this way in Pano. Na, Obiso Cassette. Ebipana a break a canomatic number to me as Saba. Miss Marca said, an opinion at the side. 2020 is the enemy. You naturally say, and then we are born about mention in Christ. If you continue this pathway, because what Magana, your politics, no, the Electoral Commission is not so far. When you left, say, Obiko cousin for and after, so finding fault with another human being here. Is there? Mikai say, the deputies, and say, they do baby no man kasa the document be about public attack one who public na they you know, which was quite unfortunate. But besides that, you know, even that one, that same electoral commissioner, no, any Juma, Emma President lose election, Emma President Akufo-Addo the president. It wait me for position about the president. But now you can say one year money. 1 year can be president.
Okay.
And that is the illogic of politics. Nipa na ono ye Juma ma wa waiting the president no. Political party ni mpanyi for say or say it. But emraso ntresa. It is emrano trese omo establish premier fashion case. Chief Justice Nejuma no. Na ono so hwe we hunu bi. Na mpana power the aba president adia tum at the paper about sasem no. They are dismissing one. Then Odi say
but dog, are we talking about but dog, are we talking about declaration? Say somebody is fair. Or you fair now or declare election will be a winning, and now say we are talking about competence. You can competence in the Juma office. You organize limited registration. You need to see elections. You need to see figures or announce you go for fees or announcement to cry for election figures. Wow, or your mistake. No, I come back. No, I be correct. Over website. So there's another different one. Oh no. That is where I want us to watch it from.
Yes, sir. No one. You better no cry. Electoral commissioner no onye IT expert. No never call internet for change figures for.
Okay.
I'm gonna say a result a different constituency at the Bar region near the Bar national coalition. I've had the privilege to be in that office before Omoyesa coalition, and I would say. There are other officers in charge of quality no man. You can imagine say officers no ever say bone and I say a mistake a genuine from so and yes susu be bone somebody they can even get you to make those mistakes. It is the competency of the entire organization which he represents. If there are lapses, I agree. And that is what only makes it look and prove to us a human institution. Thankfully, that mistake was not fatal to the extent that I affected or I declare Mr. A say or a winner. Now, if court Abeka say Oshimwa paper net winner. Of course, recent ones now happen some constituencies. Tema any baby mo. Quarter, you can know the political guys nessa. Politics for nessa. Ballot. Returning officer. So declare Maubi. Sanyo Mammy never yet. No.
All right.
Yeah, politics for ya and a cocoa this age man or constituency. The way some blame of your office baby one back. It's not fair. And I think that the bigger judgment or the biggest evidence whether an EC has performed or not is whether at the end of the day, does the result declared national reflect the mood of the people and the wish of the people. And I believe so, sir, from 1992, the Indian Yinano, a traces and Ghana for pay. Someone penny as soon as another opportunity. They have the chance to change government anytime they want when there's an opportunity.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pre. Dr. Jawamami. So, Mami call lawyer Ohinijao. Your lawyer, what church article 146 me and actually yepa. But me worry is do we have to touch or amend the article 146 because it looks like say I share small boy beat to the baby and I say a cordial baby what to the baby nabia one pet lawyer Ohinijao on pen and from Posigasam as a special prosecutor. One boy, lawyer Nijasam as a beer electoral commissioner. Or man who was since the article 146, the mammy 2 meeting, no filing petition, no or the court. Not a beer deeper back could be or mono ratio, not a war electoral commissioner or a beer of a special prosecutor, no, not you're removing. I don't know a buyer for little over 30 million population you're removing. Do you see some gaps you? The article 146 the bit me who be said be prevented the BR petition
yo ziga who say one hour when the constitution me the because the constitution ya nwene no in isolation enye so mo sorry ya one day and omo say yemfa provision we hye ha yemfa provision we hye ha consider them pi enti no 146 issue I wo ho no ye the fact say who say discretion say who determine self prima facie case has been established and now say a petition na ye de buy no is so vague substance bia enim enti me match up to the threshold one our mean constitution no wo kire na sad discretion no na unza constitution no article 296 aka say obi bia or exercise discretionary power bia no stand pa krono wa asodie se obehwe se to me na ye de amano no or exercising in a manner enkoye whimsical capricious and those words so that won ye no biara na mom obema fairness peperiye ediwani obeye candid and all that but 146 challenge kakra e wo ho no yet send asisi e that is Torkonoo de ye e wo he ebi ni sa wo bi sa asisi e say yakoto aba na electoral commissioner was okoye by election wo baby na bibia sinti no wantumi ankoye by election say na I expect no a eno no e constitute two grounds eno ntia was ye ni free ho ana for me wo hwe so far Charlotte say dia ye ni free ho for me wo hwe the evidence that na was at time a more of stated misbehavior in respect of specific amount I say procurement breaches in a way no be stated misbehavior and not incompetence. What am I saying? The same way energize Saraba Torkonoo the enzo so I do na grounds na koye say or the ne kunu ne ma to kwan stated misbehavior again. Oh. Le no na say ye bun kompa ko hwe the entire 146 say what say san hwe obi emi say na wo kan we no e ba se committee na no mo ye inquiry no e pe wo pese wo hu no se wona wo nwene constitution no botae ben ena na etai sa 146 na chi edine ma justice Saraba Torkonoo lawyers e kofa former chief justice for na why chief justice awakọ ahomeje ma wo bedi adanse e be kire twuma dia chief justice se die e ma Ghana for wona na wo ho me no na we no be ya ntie bi but the eti no kakra no ne se o be kire say for instance according to to kwan we the way be call we package wo ho a former chief justice ni na obi a benefit bi what ma say so we transfer a judge be free one court then a court back so we transfer judicial staff free one place then a another place no omo ko testify say e ade on daily basis no during the administration abc what am I saying I papanyin ba ko a oye expert when it comes to constitutional issues say we Ghana ha oye ohene pompa wa sokore mampon oye eminent international personal obi a man sa respect no asokore mampon hene ono so nana me bo nya na mabom mas ono so nya kwanya ko committee no oka ho no monwene constitution no nti ono so ko kire ye butaye nti a wode 146 ne buy ne threshold a wode buy enti no nyide chi no
sorry lawyer save that are you talking about nana answer Debra you say we free but now say you are talking about asokore fijasa asokore mahene fijasa asokore mahene oye Professor Ashanti
ode no so bribi yes
bribi Ashanti
yes ono na make na say
okay you said asokore bampon that's why
okay then sorry ono sanya okokirekire endiemani my point is that ni nyine chi no the very endiema obi kuchire ya ode koma president Akufo-Addo den as is oye former president efa justice Saraba Torkonoo ho efa na kwantu efa transfer of cases transfer of judges no at that time no council of state na owo ho no duly constituted no wo hwe san yema ni nyina so be kaya Professor Ansas Kwaku Azan ye friend Kwaku Azan na de koye President Akufo-Addo address no council of state na e wo ho duly constituted na hwe san yema ni nyina when determine prima facie case. President no man secretary then Ashanti Media tone and a lawyer extra very lengthy reason and yeah osusu say na prima facie case anyhow. Fast forward NDC by the same petition na or diba konanima or they we no call ye tutu na no eye authority no aye grand no there's a Saraba Torkonoo remover no and them na or the call first one na am fly no this time round no a call no a fly am a yima me de free ho. So that tells you that we should have benchmarks there ebe clarify and them no be because discretion is so wide and so vague nya procedural there might be guide there. Moving forward, political party be about one political party, one chief justice, one political party, one chief justice. Now the banners are ping pong and it's a pendulum. But this is a real. And before I already can cast some union, now me brother, I talk Tepena or Kasayambo, President Mahama Basopa. Meanwhile, so Kasay and I don't know Kasamo President Mahama Basopa. Much as me per se yen take any credit I due to President in a free in seminal. Question I me per se be bisan say in the determination of whether or not there is a prima facie case against a electoral commissioner and the deputies. Any special prosecutor by the chief justice, President rule I woman no here. Is it because of communicating to us and now say there's something that he has done? I was saying, because in the case, Chief Justice can say there's no prima facie case. President Becca said on TSC there's a prima facie case. Is that what we are saying?
But also the reason
I'm not getting it.
The reason why some people also praise the president is sometimes politically some of the presidents influence this process now.
Do you have any evidence? Who evidence it be?
But I said,
no, do you have any evidence?
But I don't have any evidence. But per what happened?
No, let's be careful. No, Zika, let's be careful. Show.
What happened to?
Okay, I say corruption. Okay, I say judiciary. No confidence. A Ghana for be ewo womu ye Afro barometer. No mo say adropia ba say we ye echo say. Don't let us fool speculations because I know the influence for thinking. Afro barometer. One way na results na koye send ya hunu ye. Because we cannot speculate say. Is it also the case say na say mi buhana majority in parliament say special prosecutor Jumadi awodi no. Enso ani ntinka wo fa kwan bi so kra fa so say yenyi no mfiri ha. Obeka is a president babo ntin beka sa adwobre. Omoma special prosecutor ntan na onye na edwuma. Obeka.
Yeah.
Are you now referencing that to say no can who be tina Chief Justice Saka say the president to see a man in Trahonia de Jumadia, then there is no prima facie case against
okay,
him.
The
answer is no. The answer is no because
they call Dr. Tapel, but
Chief Justice, being an independent minded person, no extra petitions, no son so, and no who say so far petitions say 1 and 10 or so no dear. Onya enhu substance biya ewo mu a ebema na establish a prima facie case and communicate that decision to the president.
Okay.
And the president diabeto abonting. So this let's thank the president and more president.
But just a minute. Where is it coming from? A minute now me call Dr. Tapel. Me say then why do we have to blame the president that he's paying the remover of the former chief justice? Because Chama Madam Torkonoo was removed, people attributed the whole orchestration say President Mahama and Amir Unity. So in this case, then we should not blame President Mahama for the removal of the former chief justice, right?
No, Ziga, o compared the kind catcher will say, yeah, compared to now because in respect of the removal of the chief justice I told you say chief justice is the head of the whole judiciary institution. Prima facie establishment and a prima facie case, in respect of Chief Justice, no, a council of state in the established show, and Chief Justice.
No, okay.
And council of state, as I have already told you, it's already composition of the council of state. So we person or influence the council of state. Looking at the political polarization, it's possible. Okay. And now, President is so based on prima facie determination, and suspended the Chief Justice. And other than that, because once you suspend the Chief Justice, it makes a bit prejudicial because committee in Juma work and the Chief Justice already suspended. On a Sunday, my way, they play it too. And some are not president. But in this case, Chief Justice Nasudi and one who say on establish a prima facie case. The president is a conveyor belt informing Ghanaians. That's why Anami Bisa say, may pay education. I'm not saying don't let us credit the president and I may be a boy and semi-mano. I am only seeking education because we are all learning, say. Okay. Specifically, to role being a president, let's commend the president and the president. I say, what I say, rule of law. Yeah, I want to be educated. I am not saying it's maybe all right. I want to be educated. That's
all right. Lord, thank you very much. I'm going Dr. Tepe. So, Doc, the OSHA 2018, how Madam Charlotte Osei was removed. In fact, the people are normally pro-new patriotic party. Some of them even took it to court. Somebody like Ora Kwakubako is a CPP man, but no a pro-new patriotic party. And some people are no more new patriotic party. They were not happy about the way are now your first one AD mameno. Do you think say and can that time no kebia see if I say ye kase misbehavior be a buyer yes what the 500 million Ghana cedis in the old currency those days and the akwakoto jacuzzi the akusi the fee no blah 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 no couldn't we have find a way to address that issue rather than petitioning not ye you in the floor? Don't you think say sadly do you think say sadly no a such a bad precedent for us and then I can homa as a ne ubia ba unya konya kakra bi akoche mukofa petition ra ne fa nko remove ana say a system na ye pese ye claima enoma edaho
yo in fact me da lawyer he just say he actually spoke from the perspective of a legal practitioner. Yeah. Because he was asking of evidence and he want to say a system no na flow na and yet necessarily the president. But we all know that in our part of the world and the politics we do, the power that the president has, if he says he wants to find a fault to do something, he will definitely. We all know the reason. Yeah. We all know that that is the situation, especially with what you talk about right now. Yeah. You recall that in fact, the process for removing Madam Charlotte Osei could be genuine. That indeed they found a fault because they wanted to. Prior to that, there were comments from senior party members that they would definitely remove her when they come to power.
Yeah, just like what Asiedukatia said, yeah.
Exactly. So if they said we will do this, they came to power and they made sure they found every fault to remove her. That is why we will definitely link it to the president because he is the final say. Even though he is not the one who goes through the process with it, but he can say, let's put this aside. That's why I'm saying that looking at the comment from the Ashanti Media and other senior officers, even MPs, some MPs, it is then commendable that the Chief Justice report was supported by the president to say that let's put it on hold. Just like the OSP, when some of the MPs want to remove him and the president came to make a comment that, hey, we will not do that now, and let's put that on hold. So it is commendable as a result of that. So definitely, for human beings, if you want to find a fault to hold against somebody, it's easy to do so. But what is the essence? The electoral commissioner is one person who sees the result. He's the last person to see the result. Yeah. And if there's anything at all, that should tell us that the last 2024 elections should tell us that electoral commissioner cannot rig election in this country because of the process. We have one of the best electoral process among on the continent of Africa.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah.
One of the best.
Yeah.
Right from police station, political parties have their representative monitoring at coalition centers and the national headquarters as well. This kind of process, who can, even though things can happen, but the process we have in place, the control alone is enough. And so if people have personal issues because of comment in the past from the Electoral Commission officers, and then some hesitations, and as a result, people want to use it against her, then it will not be fair on her as somebody who is in her role with the capacity to do the work she is doing. But that does not take away the fact that politically she can be removed.
Okay, so now Lawyer Nijai, my revelation, which I've also heard that the Kakacho say a producer this morning told me that somebody has told him that they are preparing another petition. Lawyer Nijai also made us to understand say there will be another petitioner in this case, in order to stem this petition disturbing us and center, left, and right, Senator Mampeni shut down the office of the special prosecutor argument. Say yes, grapple that office. Can Mampeni use maybe the native wisdom? If you answer say no. Petition does no the yama my minister so you so on one power say yama on one trial rather than say go through process even say emrano kwa eche ba me no a wo de yentwa so se de be ya da chi bi no ya ban ne sesa nipa foforo so kofa petition ma ense your system no Omampani will you advise Omampani to go to that tangent?
Well, that can happen behind a closed door. And if I were to be in the shoes like Senator Kana to advise Ameka, he should tell them to just let it go and let the process flow. They are human beings. However, it doesn't stop those who want to, because when it happens like that, it will be as if the president is also interfering in the right of individuals to take certain matters up. It's just like Assembly Court. Now, Ebeko appeal, Ebeko Supreme Court, Esambeko appeal, Esambeko review. You can't stop the person from doing that. And no, they are right. But say, opportunity, of course, it's good for the president to advise them for political reasoning. If we say, a best set a bad precedent for the future. And we don't want that to happen. And I'm sure that one of the legacies the president wants to leave is this, and so we should rather secure that. So if I were the president, I am the president, I will call those who want to bring the additional another petition to tell them that let them go on with it, let the process go. At the end of the day, what do you want again? So you have won the election, convincingly, everything shows everything is okay. If the woman has someone has a personal issue with her, it's good to call and then resolve the issue at IPAC level or at individual level. So that we should because at the end of the day, the benefit these things bring to Ghana is beyond individual petitioning and stuff, because it brings investors have confidence that, this country has a strong legal system that you cannot influence it. If today we are talking about nations like America to say the law works there, it's because they can take the president to court, and the president can also take somebody to court, just like what is happening in America.
Yes.
And if we want these things to prove that our democracy has matured, then we should allow some of these things to flow and let it work independently and let nobody think that somebody is manipulating it.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Peter Takpe. Dr. Sodokwe, let me take your last bite on this. Now, talking about the Electoral Commission, I remember in 1988 when Yebe started an assembly concept, there was this interim Electoral Commission team, formerly led by Nana Oduani-Mapau and Justice, Boateng and Ra Afarijan. We had a problem. If you read Professor Michael Quay's book, now Politics in Ghana, you read it, you realize that we had a problem. Obed Asamoah's book, also confirmed that people had issues with the three. Then when Mr. Afarijan became your friend is a electoral commissioner from 1996, the year 2012, we had an issue with him. Madam Charlotte said with the one election that was supervising, we had an issue with him. Madam Jinmen said the same thing. dear na buy. What can we do for both opposition and the ruling party? Ubia benya confidence, trust in the electoral commission without utter a word. For say it be 10 years, we wouldn't have anything to talk about the electoral commission.
Me da say any say the nuya lawyer church match nyina no. Mra ina de hye man no, nya de chechire man. Na me resolve one issue na me enter be bia wo say ni say na e papa bi say akokosa.
Yeah.
Kwame nko ade so. Ewo Ghana 1962. Da so na papa bi ane e pre no Edward Akufo-Addo no say ni di. As Chief Justice Ghana has said. Who the type one by and the end Banaman money Sakot Yadom, ye yomedi.
Yeah.
San Manuma waiting 1992 constitutional a day article 146 sign my own by Senke, but breast animal we are sick. And he can be so a Mrano ye used to know, say, what's a Shembrano? Now the Yejuma. Now the reality on the ground, and branding effective work. She says, oh, Sasa Cartono. Na washimukina netima yedwuma nti asema obisa me say easy for no then e be ya omo yi ni sanman no to betwa no it all has to do with the law and a lawyer for never boy because the most shemra say CJ Chief Justice and then conquer prima facie finding concerning electoral commission na CJ kona okay President Mahama ya the appointing in and saying ya na majority in parliament is for and they confirm no and say yeah we are so through iti sembrana ya no ama nipa na nya tumi menka Mahama nko president bia babia wo say tumi ni say obetimi abohu na ono timi ka say parliament for yi organization OSP na president beka so munjai na that it means there's some power play and the people in parliament no munim say the president in your name, it's not lawyer pursue because evidence when they say the president in South Man and sending. And I make us say, oh no, the human or in may agree with him 100% because legally speaking, what he's saying is very correct. But politically, no, yeah, follows animal. Politics is illogical. Yeah, follows animal.
But
politician need to be one obey you. If you are technical, now ni law no, who's the ask? Uncle for more abuse law no. No, what a train woman I think. Say the next time.
But in the next minute, 1 minute now. Yeah, me call lawyer John on fire. But any tepedia okay there. And that is sad. And say we vindicate lawyer Nija say we should not praise President Mahama. Memo praise the Chief Justice because all catch say the Chief Justice it is the president that appoints the Chief Justice so he can influence the president, he can influence Chief Justice. That's the issue be say that's a Chief Justice young funny said the president na influence but he's telling you that this is what I have seen this is what I have seen, this is what I'm able to determine. So it means that then they are not then we have to praise the Chief Justice rather than giving the praise to your friend say the president. Anna
the bill say what they make an national. Who praise the Chief Justice? No more in the deal. No here home in the deal. On by petition 200 and managing the deal. As I'm not the Italian kind of friendly woman. On by you know
that in the politically now
politically in America because that's it. Rana why no. Embrana acquire the down, find the down. So I find the down, and now politicians only used to a day and your man to their favor. Into who said, find the bar, a man about a train. Now we're close to gaps.
Okay.
Now I'm getting that. Now, okay, can't Casa, so say, when you better know, not the actual Chief Justice Torkonoo, as I could be from. But you be and send a do obey. Who's wrong?
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mame ko Dr. Leonija just 2 minutes. Time na BT lawyer 2 minutes. Let us be generic for now, not technical. Per what the lawyer Dr. Soreke can watch say if we keep showering the praises on the friend say the chief justice a bit me my party for no kwabu because those are calling for the removal of the EC boss no a bit me mo bu afu mo so started the petitions be about the system could that be possible
Ziga maybe person oh the way president na be problem sure Dr. Tekwe madam for no me na ya adwen na question be bisa Dr. Tekwe even though okon say and they will say, yeah, more President Mahama Abasu because he could have influenced the decision that one influence. And this sort of the fresh petition court. Now, Chief Justice Kasa, there's a prima facie case. Now, based on that, you could be electoral commissioner. Yeah, first of all, in Uncle President, is that the case? That's the point I wanted us to avoid. But son, as I say, I can't hear man and Wahosa. And again, no Chief Justice, say, was so oath. Okay, but said Dr. Prince, I just say political machinations behind the scenes there is so powerful, which I agree. But you see, if you are a chief justice, I will occupy that position. You also have some integrity to protect. And it's a frivolous petition because you cannot convince me, say, Charlotte say, I first so the 2 deputies, then a conto, now some petition, call you free or no. That was the only petitioner throughout the term of President Akufo-Addo. They call against Charlotte. So I don't want to accept that. And as I bring me, I saw say there are petitions no crap but they be over na some examples before they come out. My point is that you say institutions, no, your best trending institutions. I mean, Dr. Prince, way again say. Torkonoo abeda article 146 you bet me exploit no omo dream constitution no omo fa say be a council of state the caliber of people I dey omo ko ho no there obi antimi influence omo but the day no practical abeda dey say bibia is possible yen sa position no even when it comes to say chief justice never determined prima facie case against superior court justice no yen free one person sem na yen pe body bia Ebia or more they trust say we know they cannot be influenced easily because of their debt, so that we can move forward. But say petition say we now can say nkebe president can say maybe a petition be maybe we yes answer. Then we can say electoral commission be to honor ni juma dia odi and so here. And also is unconstitutional.
Thank you very much.
Let's allow the system to work.
Thank you. I thank you.
I thank you.